So obviously we're going to be talking about the M4A1, and we're going to be comparing that with the RAM7, which is the newest assault rifle that they've added to Modern Warfare, part of Season 1, Tier 31. You basically unlock it through progression, and I think the vast majority of you have already gained access. Since I know a lot of people come to my channel specifically for class setups, we're going to go ahead and get those out of the way. First off is the M4A1. And since these are more geared towards the 6v6 and 10v10 playlist, I ended up taking off the optic, so you're going to notice the class setup is slightly different than the one I used for ground war. And that class setup is the monolithic suppressor, the Corvus custom barrel, the commando foregrip, the 60 round mag, and the stipple grip tape for that rear grip. And when it comes to the RAM7, I pretty much like this class setup for all modes, regardless if it's 6v6, 10v10, or ground war. The class setup I like to run is the GI Mini Reflex, the monolithic suppressor, the XRK Ranger barrel, the 45 round mag, and the stipple grip tape. So now I'm going to compare and contrast and kind of give you a verdict on which weapon I think is better than the other. And on top of that, I'm going to break down a little bit of hardpoint gameplay, give you kind of an idea on how I like to play hardpoint. And a quick reminder, since I know a lot of people just grab the class setup and leave, if you can do me a favor before you leave, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're brand new to the channel and haven't yet subscribed, definitely consider subscribing so you'll be able to find your way back for more Modern Warfare content. So for the most part, when you compare and contrast these weapons, they're almost identical. When it comes to fire rate, the RAM7 has a slightly faster fire rate, but that's mostly negligible. When it comes to accuracy, it's pretty much a tie as well, because they have almost kind of a mirrored recoil pattern. What I mean by that is if you look at the M4 recoil pattern, it will go up and then it'll start to go diagonally up and to the right. And if you look at the RAM7, it has kind of the opposite effect, almost a mirrored effect, where it goes up the same amount, kind of goes diagonally up and to the left, which is pretty easy and straightforward to control, especially since you're not going to be firing your entire magazine every time you fire these weapons. Really where things start to differ a little bit is the overall handling and the magazine size. If you look at the M4, you're able to equip a 60 round magazine, which we were able to do within the best class setup. When you look at the RAM7, it's only a 45 round magazine, which doesn't seem like all that big of a deal, but when it comes to going on a little bit longer streak, you're gonna run out of ammo faster if you're only using that 45 round mag. And on top of that, if you're playing in a little bit larger game modes like the 10v10 or the 32v32 ground war, you will need that extra ammo to take out multiple people. So I think when it comes to the magazine capacity, you gotta obviously give the edge to the M4A1. Now when it comes to the overall handling, I think the mobility on the RAM7 is just a little bit better. The ADS speed is just a little bit faster, so you don't need to rely on as many attachments to have that faster aim down sight. So I think with the mobility aspect, I think the RAM7 ends up taking that side of it. So it ends up really being split on what you really want out of the weapon. Overall, I would consider it a tie. I personally have more fun using the RAM7, but let me know down in the comment section below, which one do you prefer and why? You can obviously see that we're playing Piccadilly on hardpoint, and as I rush up these stairs, all I'm trying to do is get a sight line of where the actual objective is and see if I can go ahead and peek it and see if I can get any kills there. You can see it's kind of a little bit of bad position. I jump out. I didn't really notice the guy. He saw me first, able to take me out. End up taking that guy out. I kind of ego it a little bit. I land my shot straight. The guy misses and I'm able to clean that up. And then I end up getting killed by someone outside of my sight line. So there's a little bit of a rough start, and sometimes that'll happen with hardpoint. Until the rotations actually start happening, you have to focus on manipulating the spawns. You don't really have a good sense of where everyone is on the map. Right now, everyone kind of got scattered on an opening rush. You have the objective that is being held by the enemy team, and then I got to start to streak up. I know my teammates here, throw down my little mine, and then I'm just kind of peeking out, seeing if I can get any kills here. This isn't really the ideal spot because obviously I'm out in the open, but I'm able to creep up, take that guy out, and then now I'm holding down the objective. You can see that my teammates on the left side, so I can assume that all the enemies are on this right side, a little bit further in front of me, kind of pushing out to try and get on a head glitch, peek out. Looks like my teammates are taking somebody out. We could push in, and then there are multiple to the right of us and then in front. I'm going to go ahead and kind of go down the stairs. You can see that I am kind of rushing a little bit. I slow down. I want to make sure that I can hear what's going on, because audio in this game is very important. If you're not really playing with the headset, you're going to be at a disadvantage. Obviously, you can hear things through your TV, but that directional information is huge for winning a lot of these gunfights by positioning yourself in a way where you're going to land that first shot and they don't really have much of a chance. Looks like my teammates were able to take them out. I'm kind of anticipating where the enemies are going to come from. And you can see I'm pretty much locking down the room. My teammates are kind of working their way over here. I know the guy comes in, I take him out. But now I kind of gave away my position to the other guy that was following him. I could probably move, but that was a little bit, kind of just got rushed by a second guy. Wasn't necessarily prepared for him to jump in quite so fast, even though I did see him on the minimap. So now we are kind of outside the zone. It looks like there is a guy to the left of me. I got to kind of turn, take him out. He is kind of creeping around. I should be able to get an easy kill here, but I wasn't really paying attention. I was kind of focused on that first gunfight, and I wasn't able to react quick enough to the second guy. Even though I kind of knew where he was, I didn't have 100% clue where he was. Come out, take this guy out, and then I know there's another guy. Stim shot. I can come back out, see exactly where he's at. Looks like the teammate was able to clean him up while he was distracted with me. And then you can see this gun is very accurate, especially if you maintain small bursts. So if you're only firing like 15, 20 bullets, you should be able to land a majority of those. So right here, I know the guy's there. I rush through and I use that door mechanic, which I talked about in the pro player tips, where they focus on using those types of things to their advantage. Come out, I know there's another one. And now what I'm going to do is try and creep around the other side, go for a flank a little bit, because I know they want to push around this left side. Looks like a lot of my teammates are on the other side. You can see I'm kind of waiting, pre-aim, pre-aiming, wait, and take the guy out. I know there's another one. I'm debating if I want to rush it. Looks like a guy throws the nade, back off. And here's the 50-50. Am I going to push forward, or is the guy going to come forward? So I just kind of slow peek it, see if I can land a shot. The guy ends up rushing around, and then I push out. I know there's another guy coming, so I throw down a couple of the mines, and then I back off. It looks like my teammates are securely locking down the area. I know my teammate just died there, so I kind of crouch, free aim, a little bit on a head glitch, and already starting to strafe. The guy comes out, he ends up landing 1, maybe 2 shots, and I'm able to just clean up that kill. Kill that guy, pretty much the enemy team leaves. There's a party of 3 apparently, and that's one of the unfortunate things with this game. You don't know who's in a party, who's not in a party, but then I was able to get my full set of streaks. I call in my VTOL, and pretty much that ends up being a majority of the match. So getting back to that party scenario, that ended up happening to me. I played a total of 4 matches, 2 with the RAM and 2 with the M4. And in one of the matches, it was fairly close. There was a lot of action, primarily about 3 players on each team really going at it, and then 3 bad players on each team, weighing each of the teams down. So nothing crazy there, just a little bit of a sweaty match, nothing crazy. And then pretty much all 3 of the other matches I was in, it was fairly straightforward, just like this. I was able to get my full streaks. And when you end up going from playing 32 for 32 and 10v10, going back to 6v6 is ultra simple. You can literally hear everything, sound whore. You're not really dealing with as many people. You have more time to reload. So actually going from 6v6 to 10v10, I could see why people struggle. Going from 6v6 up to 32v32, I could see why people struggle. I really like to know what your guys' thoughts are on which mode you guys play. I did ask in the community tab what you guys played mostly, and a lot of people chose that they played 6v6. Then come to find out, a lot of people only play 6v6 because they will only play shoot house and shipment. So let me know down in the comment section, what are you guys playing within the game? If there was no shipment, no shoot house, what mode would you be playing? I could play on pretty much any map and any mode. I have fun mostly on ground war just because there's a lot of people, I can get feeds. But I'm pretty much down to make videos on whatever maps and modes you guys want to see mostly on the channel. So if you enjoyed the video, let me know by hitting that like button. If you're brand new to the channel or you just haven't yet subscribed, definitely consider subscribing with notifications on. You'll be able to find your way back to the channel for more Call of Duty Modern Warfare content. We appreciate all the support. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a great day.